morning children, my name is Mugini Arora and in this video I will be taking your social studies class. So our today's topic is of history, the first cities, Harappan civilization. But before beginning the chapter, I would like to quickly recall the last topic that we have done. So our last topic was the earliest societies. Now children, if you remember, in that topic we had studied about the lifestyle as well as the various developments and discoveries that were made by him. So some of the major and important discoveries that were made by the early men were discovery of fire, discovery of wheel, then he started growing crops, he also started domesticating the wild animals for his own use, and finally he started to develop his own village communities in which he had started to build huts and started living in it with his family along with his group members. Okay, so as time passed by, these village communities got even more developed and advanced and got converted into big towns and cities. So one such big town or city came to be known by the name of Harappan civilization. Alright, so let's start the chapter now. Okay, so first we need to understand what is exactly civilization. Civilization means when the social, economic and cultural life of humans, they develop and get advanced. That is known as civilized state or a civilization, where lots and lots of people have settled down at one place and they are having most of the advanced techniques and facilities in their city or in the place where they are living. So that is considered as a civilized state or the human civilization, where they have settled down with all the advanced facilities. Alright, so why is Harappan civilization so important? Because it had the administrative as well as the system which was unique in its own way and it was never practiced by any other civilization. So firstly we will know who discovered it and when. So the Harappan civilization was discovered in 1921 by the archaeologist Dayaram Sahani. Okay, so in 1921 Dayaram Sahani was an archaeologist who discovered the first city of Harappan civilization. And the name of the first city of Harappan civilization which was discovered was Harappa. It is assumed that maybe because of this reason only, this civilization got its name as Harappan civilization because of the name of the first city which was discovered. And yes, it was also discovered that this city was located on the banks of river Ravi. Then again, just one year after this city was discovered, that is in 1922, again one more important city of Harappan civilization was discovered and its name was Mohenjo-daro. So Mohenjo-daro was again one more important city of Harappan civilization which was discovered in 1922 by the archaeologist R.D. Banerjee. Okay children, so it was found that Mohenjo-daro was located on the banks of river Indus. Now at present the ruins of these two important cities and major parts of the ruins of this civilization, they are located in the present Pakistan. But even our cities, our country have some important sites belonging to Harappan civilization which are located in some states of our country. I will list down some of them. So first important site which are found in the state of our country is at Kalibangan. It is located in the state of Rajasthan. Then the next important site which is present in our country is Lothal. It is present in Gujarat. And next is Roper. It is located in Punjab. And one more important site is there, Alamgirpur. Alamgirpur is located in Uttar Pradesh. Yes, that is in our state. So these are some of the important sites of Harappan civilization which are located in our country as well. Now children, when did it exactly came into existence? It is assumed by the archaeologists that this civilization came into the existence around 5,000 years ago. Can you imagine what long time is it? It's such a long period of time. And in that time, this civilization was considered as the most unique and the advanced stage of human civilization ever in history. Because they had the administrative system as well as the town planning system which we follow in our present time. So it was a big thing. So it is assumed that it came into existence in 4600 BC, that is 5,000 years ago, approximately in 4600 BC. In the year 4600, the archaeologists say that it came into existence. Then it was at its peak around 2600 BC. Peak means that they were at the top level or at the highest rate or point of their development or advancement. But sadly, around 2000 BC, they came to a sudden end. The end was so sudden that it is still not clear how did the people vanished or all of a sudden left the civilization and where did they went, which we will discuss at the end of the chapter. Alright, so one more thing I would like to tell you children, that during the excavation means to dig the earth and find out the ruins or the artifacts belonging to the historical era and to know about their age, the year that they belong to, what materials they were made. So basically excavation means digging up the earth and finding out the artifacts belonging to the historical period and knowing their age and origin. So during the excavation of this civilization, many daily use articles were being found out from beneath the layer of the earth, such as the potteries, toys, utensils, statues or seals, then baskets, jewelry. So all these items were excavated from the ruins of Harappan civilization, but no written records was found. Only few writings or pictographic writings which were in the form of some diagram or symbols which they were found on the seals, but still it has not been able to be discovered or deciphered or understood by the historians. They are still working on it to understand what is written on that. If we are able to find out about that, then it will be even more interesting to know about the lifestyle and the life of the Harappan people. So now, after this, we come to our next topic of the chapter, that is the town planning. Town planning was a very important part of the Harappan civilization. And it had basically three important parts in which it was divided. So, the first part was the sewage system or the drainage system. Next part was the houses of the people and the Great Bath. Now we are going to discuss about each point. So first let's start with the town planning. So let's start with the features of town planning as to why it was unique and what all different things were followed in this civilization. So first of all, the town planning, let me tell you children that the people of Harappan civilization, they had great architectural and engineering skills when it comes to town planning. First of all, they had made wide streets or roads even you can say, though they were made from bricks, burnt bricks, but they were very wide, approximately measuring 4 to 10 meters. Then the roads they used to cut each other at right angles. Just like we have one middle section of the road and all the roads they cut each other at right angles, as you can see here, right? One road is coming here, one road is going there, and one is here and one is here. So they are cutting each other at right angles like this. Yes? So this system or this planning of road construction or street construction was followed by the people of Harappan civilization. Then they also had made the wells for uninterrupted water supply. Now next point is the most important feature of all. They paid great attention towards hygiene. So they had made a very well planned out sewage system. And lastly, they focused on hygiene. So these are some of the features of the town planning. First of all, they had made wide streets measuring up to approximately 4 to 10 meters. Then those streets used to cut each other, as I just now showed you, at right angles, moving smoothly from one lane to another, avoiding any sort of mishap or unintended accidents when people used to move on the streets. Then they had also made wells for uninterrupted water supply, as River Indus was the main source of the supply of water in the Harappan civilization, so they had constructed wells too. And these are some of the features which were basically not followed in any other civilization. These features, they mark the advancement or the level of development in that era of the people of the Harappan civilization. Then they had planned out sewage system. Everything, whatever they had made and constructed during their time of civilization, during their era, it was all chalked out with proper blueprints and it was all planned out, well thought. It was made under a well thought plan. Then lastly they focused on hygiene. For that they had made sewage system, which, so these are some of the features of the town planning. Let's revise it again. Firstly, during the town planning of Harappan civilization, the planners of the city, they focused on the wide streets which measured approximately at the width of 4 to 10 meters. Then these streets, they cut each other at right angles, just like this. Yes. And thirdly, the wells for uninterrupted water supply also built so that the people they never run out for adequate water supply, and the main source of water was river Indus. So obviously the water was stored in a sufficient amount for almost all the people of the civilization. Then they had a planned out sewage system, and because they focused on cleanliness a lot and they wanted to keep the city clean and hygienic, so that's why they had made an outstanding sewage system or drainage system for the whole city. And lastly, they focused on hygiene. They focused on keeping their city clean. So these were some of the features of town planning. Now I'll move ahead with the other part of the town planning system, that was the three different important sections that came under town planning. If you remember, I had told you it was the great bath, the houses and the drainage system. So I have made a small diagram for your understanding, children, which I will be explaining to you. It will also help you in getting the concept of the town planning clear in your mind. So as you can see here, this I have made a diagram regarding the drainage system, which I will be further explaining to you. Then I have made a small blueprint of the Great Bath that was made and used by the people of Harappan civilization. And lastly, this is a small diagram representation of what kind of houses did the people of Harappan civilization used to have. So these are some diagrams which I am now going to explain to you. After this, we will cover up the social life and the economic life of the people as well as their religious beliefs, and we will wrap up the chapter finally with the reasons for conclusion of for the end or decline of this civilization. So let's move ahead with the diagram now. Okay children, so here I have made the basic diagram of the drainage system that was followed by the people of Harappan civilization. I hope it helps you in clearing out the concept and helps you and enables you in learning and remembering the features of the sewage system. Alright, so first we'll start from this point of the diagram. Here you can see the houses of the Harappan people, and you can see that there is a small thin tunnel or pipe-like structure drawn over here. So these were basically the sewage lanes that every house had of its own. So first feature is that every house of Harappan people had its individual and separate drain pipes or drain lanes. Second feature that you can see, I have made some lines over here with orange color and I've labeled them as bricks because I have signified them as the bricks. So second feature is that these sewage lanes or sewage lines, they were covered with baked bricks. Alright, okay. Third feature, you can see a slopey structure here. So third feature says that these drainage system or these drainage lanes, they had a slopey structure so that the water could flow without any problem and with ease, and there is no accumulation or collection of dirty water anywhere near the street or the house. Then next feature is that you can see the heading here, that underground drainage lanes. So it means that all the sewage lanes, they were beneath the street and underground and covered just like we have in today's time. Next feature, that these lanes, they ultimately they diverged into one single sewage lane and finally joined a large sewage pit. And the last feature is that this large sewage pit was covered with a lid known as the manhole lid, which was used for removing and cleaning the gutter or the sewage whenever and as required. So this was in short about the drainage system of the Harappan people that was practiced and built by them. So you see, it is such a unique concept which is practiced now in present time, but in history None of the civilization except Harappan civilization and its people, they knew the art of keeping their city clean, and this unique architectural and engineering skill of constructing a distinctive feature of drainage system. Okay, children, so now we come to the sketch or diagram of the Great Bath. I have made a small blueprint sketch of the Great Bath architecture here. Firstly, it had entrance gate for the easy entry of the people inside the pool. Then, as you can see, the whole pool area and even outside it was laid with the baked bricks that was used in the construction of wells, houses, and other buildings. Then it had staircases on both the sides of the pool. Then, if we talk about the pool, then it was 55 meters long and 33 meters wide. Plus, it also had an underground drain system to remove the water after it was being used. Then, it was surrounded by thick walls from all the sides for the safety of the people. And lastly, it also had some galleries and changing rooms so that people could change their clothes after using the pool. It is assumed by the archaeologists that the Great Bath was mainly used for community bathings on some religious gatherings or occasions by the people as well as the priest. Plus, it is also considered as a striking architecture that has been ever discovered from the ruins of Harappan civilization. Okay, children, so now we have come to our last diagram. In this, I am going to discuss about the types and the features of the houses that were made by the Harappan people. So let's start. First of all, let me recall it for you that the houses were built on both the sides of the streets, just like we have it now. Secondly, the houses, either big or small, they had multi-story. You see, it's not only the ground floor, but they have first floor and second floor and a terrace on the second floor as well. The walls were quite thick, and the house, they were made by baked bricks, which they have also used in layering and covering the drain lanes, as well as for making and digging the wells, as well for covering the streets also. Then they had their separate bedroom, their kitchen, then their storerooms and bathrooms. Then next they had thick staircases for going from one floor to another floor, which had no spaces beneath them or between them, which means that the staircases were quite solid. And then they had terrace for which they used for various purposes. Like here I have made a small sample of the chili spread over here, and here I have signified the bedroom by showing a small wooden bed, straw bed here. Then these are some wooden stools and baskets and the weaving work that they do just to signify that. The people of the Harappan civilizations also had small courtyards and small lanes behind the doors as well. Here I have just drawn one sample of a house, a normal house which was made by the people. So the baked bricks, the solid staircases, multi-story, multi-floor buildings, flat roof without any terrace or fence, then thick walls. These are all the features of the houses that were built by the people of the Harappan civilization.